An eerie thing these days is to see people who used to be magic rebrand themselves. So I wanted to share with you my experience of seeing a few of these magicians sort of rebrand themselves and focus on other things, specifically making it huge on YouTube. So if you're one of these YouTubers, I've got you. I am outing you here now. Everyone's gonna know. Not really, these guys have not hidden the fact that they used to focus on magic at all. And in the case of one of them, they never stopped focusing on magic, but I would say they more broadened their focus. So be sure to stick around to the end to see who we're talking about there. And with each of these guys, we're gonna focus on what they used to do and what kind of stood out to me as a magic fan of theirs. I will talk about what they currently do nowadays, but it's going to be a little bit of a trip down memory lane. It's going to be a little bit of a retrospective. We're going to get nostalgic here. We're going to remember the days of edgy magic and hipster magic. So first we have Andre Jik. Now, Andre Jik is currently a very large and influential finance YouTuber. I grew up seeing Andre Jik on Theory 11 playing card trailers. I mean, who else remembers the propaganda playing cards trailer? And you know, nerdy teenager magician me was watching that like, I can be a cool military guy and be a magician. Trailers in any industry are just funny to me, but it did work on me. I was like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. Andre Jik invented the bullet cardistry move, which I still use to this day. He released a cardistry project with Theory 11 called Genesis. And I remember receiving that project for my birthday one year. I think I was in 9th grade. Believe it or not, the one thing I, as a 9th grade young man, wanted to focus on was just sitting down with those card moves. It's crazy to think nowadays because I couldn't do a scissor cut then. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think it would be possible. A lot of learning magicians and cardists come up with the excuse of their hands being too small. I'm sure there might be objectivity to that in certain situations, but I believe even in that project, he encouraged, like, don't use that as an excuse. Keep coming back to the moves, keep learning them. And so that move and then other foundational moves, you know, you have your one-handed cut. I never really got into doing this one, but he had a cool one where he like tossed a card up and caught it with the fan. That was pretty cool. And then there's that bullet move I was talking about. So those are the things that kind of stand out to me. That Genesis project from Andre Jik, some specific moves he contributed, and also having that project and just sitting down and focusing on it was super helpful for me and my development of my techniques. Because without basic moves, guys, you can't get into doing moves like this. You got to start somewhere. So if you want to take a trip down memory lane, just search up Andre Jik, maybe search up Andre Jik Theory 11, go directly to the Theory 11 website, Google or YouTube Andre Jik cardistry, stuff like that, and you can find some of those different projects he did back in the day. If you're enjoying this video, subscribe to the channel to become a part of the Hobbyist Magic Club. And if you want to dive even deeper, consider joining my free Patreon membership or picking up some merch from the store. Moving right along, let's talk about, well, all these guys are cool, but specifically this guy, I think if you're like a photography or film guy, you got some cool vibes going on. And this is, of course, Peter McKinnon. He runs a very successful photography and cinematography channel. But in the magic world, you might recognize him for having worked with the magic company Illusionist for a time. So that's Illusionist with an E, illusionist.com. And he put out several releases with them. He was featured on the How to Be a Magician kit. He had some different releases, Lock, Stock, and Riot, the 80-20 control. One that I picked up specifically was the razor clip, which really ties to who he has continued to be to this day, because it's this stylish sort of EDC little gadget tool that you can carry around with you. It enables you to do a blister effect, so you fellow magicians who know about that can use it for that, or at least when it was still on the market, you could pick it up to use it for that. And I still have it to this day. Here's the wallet it came in, and it had this cool little design on it. This actually used to be a much lighter color of brown. It used to be this color of brown, but I keep it around for packet tricks or putting random cards in and stuff, so for what it's worth. He was also on the How to Do Miracle Card Tricks project with Illusionist. I did get to check that one out. He did that with Adam Wilbur, and I do mean it when I say it. I'm not just being goofy and having fun. Like, I think it's cool when artistic, creative, and genuinely cool seeming creators and artists bring a lot of energy and creativity to the magic world, because it just kind of makes you feel cool to be a magician, and I love that. So just like with Andre Jick, you can look up Pete McKinnon's magic stuff. It's still out there in the world. I was able to pick up Magic Stream on Illusionist for like a discount 1 month, and so I checked out a lot of his downloads. So yeah, take a trip down magic memory lane, Google Peter McKinnon's older stuff, and you'll have a good time. And last but not least, like I said, this guy did not exactly leave magic, so to speak, but he has just expanded into more and more things. So he still has a prominent sort of foot in the magic world and is creating his own playing cards and has his own individual brand with that. But of course, I'm talking about Chris Ramsey. Now, Chris Ramsey has worked with Illusionist. He was actually on that How to Be a Magician kit with Pete McKinnon. He also worked for Murphy's Magic, and you might recognize some of his tricks. Red Pill was one I remember seeing, which was a card to cellophane effect. And he had the Memento Mori cards. And I have still not picked up a Memento Mori deck, but I have wanted to for so long. I don't know if anyone can relate with this. You just have something at like the top of your shopping cart, but you just never get around to picking it up. These days, like I said, Chris Ramsey still does do a lot in the magic world, but he also expanded his YouTube channel to also include puzzles. He has a gaming channel these days. He has other projects he does. He's got a podcast, and he has a more recent, in like the grand scheme of things, a more recent YouTube channel focused on some more fun, like I would call it sci-fi mysteries, although he would maybe speculate maybe it's not fi, maybe it's just sci. Does that make sense? You know, things like UFOs, what's it called, like projected viewing, things like that. So I love how Chris Ramsey has kind of focused on the curious in general. You know, you have your puzzles, the curiosity and mystery there, and now he's trying to tackle mysteries and mysterious things of this world. So, and with that, I hope you feel like you have taken a little bit of a peek into the magic world and these various creators who are still prominent on the internet, just with new focuses or expanded focuses. But you can still find a lot of this stuff out there. The internet is kind of a fun time capsule in this way. And so I kind of got to indulge my memories of magic a little bit growing up and watching each of these different creators contribute to magic and cardistry. If you want to learn magic tricks or have more magic discussions like this sent to you, be sure to subscribe, turn the bell on, like this video to appease YouTube, and comment down below, is there anybody else in this kind of category of YouTubers who used to be magicians that I should cover? But until next time, keep enjoying your magic if you're a fellow magician like myself. Stay a hobbyist at heart, be kind to yourself and others, and I'll see you guys in the next video.